Holy balls. Hey guys, so I know I'm totally behind the bandwagon, but today I'm going to be doing a little haul and review of the KatVonD Pastel Goth palette. I am super in love with this palette. I've already played with it a little bit before. This is the look that I came up with today, and after I'm done with this look, I'm going to do a little review on the palette and give you some of my thoughts. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. So I've already played with this palette a little bit, but basically this is what it looks like. So the colors I really want to play with today are Clementine, Meow, and Star, because I've never really used colors like this before, so I think it's gonna be fun to just kind of play around with. So let's get into it. So first things first, I'm gonna go into my MAC paint pot in the color Soft Ochre and use that as a primer. I'm just gonna go in with my fingers and just kind of put that all over the lid. So on a blender brush like this one, I'm going to go in with the color Star, which is this really pretty yellow, and I'm just gonna put that in the crease, I think. Woo, that is bright. So while I was like 90% done with that clip, I realized that my hair was in like a grandma messy ponytail in the back of my head, so that's great. Disregard all of that. I also realized that no matter how many times I wash this brush, I'm always gonna have freaking brown in it, so just disregard the brown. Although I'm kind of digging it, so I don't know, maybe I'll roll with it. So on a flat brush, I'm going to be taking this color, which is Clementine, and I'm gonna put that on like the inner third of my lid. And I'm not doing a cut crease, but I'm going to bring these colors up to my crease. So next I'm going to go in with the color Meow, which is this really pretty, like purpley pink kind of a color. I want kind of a gradient, so I'm gonna blend Meow a little bit into Clementine, but not overpowering the amount of Clementine because I really like that color. Okay, so the last color I'm gonna use on the lid is the color Dope, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer third and do the same thing where I kind of blend that into Meow without taking away any of that color. It's funny because this color looks way more purple in the palette than it does in real life. In real life, it's kind of like a navy bluish kind of color, which is pretty, but it's not what I expected. So now I'm going to go back into Meow, which is this like purpley pinkish color that we put in the middle, and I'm just gonna work on blending the colors a little bit more. That Dope color does not want to blend as well as the other ones, and it's just... Why won't you blend? I don't know, that might be as good as it gets for that color because I am just so annoyed. So next I'm going to go in with a like pointy blender looking brush. So I'm gonna go into this color, which is Doom, and it's this really pretty bright blue. I just want more of a pop of color, so I'm gonna put that on my bottom lash line. That shit is bright. Yo, I literally look like a clown. Hide all my eye wrinkles. I don't think you understand how lightly I'm touching my eye, and it's just like whew, so pigmented and so bright. Okay, and because I want the colors to blend a little bit more, I'm going back into Dope, which is that like darker purple color, and I'm gonna put that kind of on the outer portion of the lower lash line. So the next thing I'm gonna do is a giant winged liner because I feel like this look is so colorful that it just needs black. So I'm gonna go in with my tattoo liner and just draw in a giant wing. Okay, so that's there. The next thing I'm gonna do is just put some black in my waterline because I feel like that needs it also. And then I'm gonna put falsies on, and then I'll come right back. Okay, so the lighting just changed drastically. I don't know how much you can tell, I think a lot. But I'm just gonna finish up this really quickly because it's actually starting to thunderstorm. So I'm gonna go in with ColourPop's Naughty. It's a liquid matte, and it's kind of like an orangey nude color, so. so I'm gonna make this super quick. So let's start with the review portion of this video. So KatVonD, if you don't know this, which I don't know who doesn't, but she's a tattoo artist. So she does all of her lettering by hand herself, which I think is really cool. I love the whole like drippy effect. I love the kind of like a rainbow gradient type of a deal they got going on. And then the back, they tell you all of the colors. And on the inside, as I've been showing before, it has all of the colors really nice and neat in a nice, like aesthetically pleasing kind of a gradient. And then you get kind of a nice big mirror that I honestly think kind of magnifies a little bit, which is really, really nice when you're putting on makeup and you're not in front of like a big mirror. Now let's talk about the shades. So I don't know much about Pastel Goth, but I know that the colors in this palette aren't exactly pastel, which is why it kind of pissed a lot of people off, because if you're gonna use the name Pastel Goth, then make it an actual palette with pastel colors in it, you know what I mean? Like the gray isn't really a pastel goth kind of color, or like this green is 100% not pastel, although it's beautiful, but it's not a pastel color. Same with like the purple. Orange isn't really a pastel. I get why they're angry, but it is a beautiful palette, so very, very pigmented, for me at least, like no fallout, like virtually no kickback for me, which is huge, especially with like chalky matte kind of colors. They're really creamy, super pigmented. I just think they're beautiful. And they all blend really nicely with the exception of Dope. I don't know if it's just the way I applied it, but it was not blending at all for me, at least not very well, which is really common with dark matte shades, so I'm not super surprised. Based on the quality of all of the other colors, that's really the only one that I had any issues with. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful palette. Like, I know it's not the most wearable of palettes, but I think if you're a makeup artist, or if you're a makeup collector, or if you really just like to play with makeup, which is kind of what I like to do, I really enjoyed playing with it, so I think it's really great for that. Anyway, I had a lot of fun playing with this palette and I super enjoy it. I'll show you some swatches now. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to me if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.